If you want to drop your food bill, it does not begin at the store. It starts at home. When it comes to spending less on food, the way that you prep and prepare food can save you literally thousands of dollars a year. Now, to show you what I mean, I'm going to take this $3 Kroger Red Bag haul, add $7 worth of additional ingredients, and I'll show you how I prepare 4 main dishes for about $10. If you don't know me, I'm Hope, and Larry is behind the camera.
Hi, everybody.
This is Under the Median, where every week we talk about practical frugality. I went to my Kroger this morning, found these red bag items, and I grabbed them thinking that I really wanted to show you how you could take simple ingredients when you don't have very many ingredients at home in the first place, or maybe your grocery budget is really slim this month. You need to know how to turn basic, simple ingredients into main dishes. I'm going to show you how to do that on this video. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Kroger Red Bag deals, there should be a section at your local Kroger store where they put these red bags. Anything that is inside of a red bag, there'll be various kind of fruits and vegetables. Everything in the bag is 99 cents. So you get the whole bag for 99 cents. Now, regardless of whether you have a Kroger Red Bag section or even a Kroger near you or not, this video is still going to help you to know how to drop your grocery bill. I'm just using these as my example because this is what I had on hand. Tip number 1, whenever you get something like this Kroger Red Bag haul, don't look at these as individual ingredients that you're just going to serve separately. For instance, don't consider that you're going to just slice up these peppers and serve them as a snack to your kids after school. Could you do that? Yes, but there are a lot of other ways that you can stretch this to go a lot farther than serving it that way. Same thing with the peaches. I could cut up these 5 peaches. They're not super big, but there are 5 peaches in here, and they felt really like pretty firm when I touched them at the store. These peaches, yes, I could slice them. I could put them in bowls. I could serve them like after dinner for kind of a dessert type thing, but then it's only going to last for one meal. I'm going to show you how I take these peaches, add some other ingredients to them, and make a fresh peach salsa that I'm going to stretch that salsa to be a part of the 4 main dishes we'll be making in this video. Why did I choose that as kind of my one main thing that I was making for this menu plan that would stretch? Because peach salsa is easy, it's fast, it's inexpensive, it's incredibly flavorful. So I know that I can take just small portions of the peach salsa and add them to other ingredients, and it's going to add a huge pop of flavor. And also that salsa is going to be incredibly versatile. Next tip. Once I decided, all right, my one main thing that I'm going to stretch a lot of different ways is going to be that peach salsa, I had to figure out what goes with peach salsa. What can you put peach salsa on top of? So I started Googling that and derivatives of that question of what does peach salsa go well with. And I specifically looked at recipes which contained ingredients which I already had on hand. That's the thing with this sort of menu planning, is you want to make sure that you're utilizing stuff that you've already paid for rather than running to the grocery store for 1 or 2 or 3 specialty ingredients for the recipes you're going to make that incorporate the peach salsa. So use ingredients that you have on hand. That, of course, is all of these ingredients over here. This is what I'll be adding, and all of this together with that peach salsa is going to make 4 main dishes. I have a form that I kind of filled out so you could see exactly what I'm talking about. This additional ingredient form not only lists all the extra ingredients that I'm grabbing around my house to make this menu plan, but it also tells you exactly what those ingredients cost me. Now, to be fair, this menu planning is only costing me about $7 because some of these ingredients on the table were free because my brother is a wonderful gardener and he shares with me. So for instance, these red peppers came from him, these tomatoes came from him, these banana peppers came from him. My sister just visited from Alabama. She brought me this as a gift, so I happen to have these on hand. Now, the one thing I want you to understand with this menu plan is that whenever you see a recipe, whenever you see a menu plan, I want you to think in terms of what you have on hand. If there are ingredients that are listed you don't have on hand, I want you to start looking around your house and figuring out what you do have on hand that you can use instead of that. For instance, if you don't have pecans on hand, and normally I don't have pecans in the house, you could use walnuts, you could use peanuts, you can use any other kind of nut that you happen to have on hand. So thinking outside the box when it comes to recipes and using them more as a guideline than something you absolutely have to follow to the letter of the law, that's going to save you some money. Once I know the dishes I'm going to make, once I have that extra ingredient filled out, that form, and I've gathered all of my ingredients, I'm going to fill out my menu plan for the week. I love, 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 love to use a topical menu plan instead of a daily menu plan. You'll notice it's all arranged by different types of foods rather than meals of the day. And I really, really prefer to do it this way. And you'll notice I filled in all of those main dishes for the entire week. That's what we're making, guys. We're making enough food. It's going to last our family for 7 main dishes throughout the week. It's a lot of food for $10. By the way, if you like those forms I've been showing you, I got you covered. You can get all of our menu planning forms. I'll leave a link in the description of the video. It is time, my friend, to prep all of these ingredients. I prep everything all at one time. It's going to take me about 2 hours to put this entire menu plan together, and I will have enough food cooked for 7 main dishes for the entire week. Now, before I begin chopping, I'm going to take a special look at those recipes because I want to make sure that, like part of the zucchini, I already know 1.5 of these zucchinis, they are going to be they're going to be grated, and the other 1.5 of the zucchinis in here, they're going to be sliced. So make sure that when you begin prepping your ingredients that you're putting them in the form that you need them in for your recipes. Very quick botanical lesson. These are not zucchini, they're cucumbers. I did not look carefully enough when I bought them, but that's okay because it's all about flexibility, right? So I'm going to figure out how to incorporate these 3 cucumbers that I got for $1 into the menu plan. And in the meantime, I walked upstairs and grabbed 2 zucchini that I had upstairs sitting on the kitchen counter. These, my friend, are 2 for $1 right now at farmers markets all around me. So add another $1 to the menu plan price, and it's now not the $10 plan, it is the $11 menu plan. Food prep is done. This was an unbelievable amount of chopping. It took me about 30 minutes to get everything prepped and ready to go, but once you get that prepping done, it goes together really, really quickly. Let's make the peach salsa first. This is all those peaches. This is a couple of the banana peppers, also a little bit of some of that yellow pepper and the red peppers from my brother. We're going to pour those in with the peaches. I'll put in just a little bit of garlic. Oh, I don't know. That's probably about 1 garlic clove worth. Put in some onion. My hands are clean, by the way. I just washed them so everybody knows. I always like to say that. Otherwise, people ask in the comments if I washed my hands. Yes, I did. We've got some of that in there. Now, I'm going to put in some of this cucumber that made an unexpected appearance on our menu because I was not paying enough attention. So we're going to put that in there. This is so easy, guys. I'm going to use a little bit of, I don't know, that's a couple of tablespoons.
A little bit of what? What is it?
A couple of tablespoons of lime juice-ish. And then to take away some of the tartness, I like to add just a little bit of real maple syrup. You can add sugar if you want, or not, if you like it a little tartar. This will release some of the juices from the fruit as it sits. It really needs to sit for just 20 or 30 minutes, and then those flavors will be married, and it will taste absolutely amazing. Look how pretty. The colors are just really vibrant. I love making this in the middle of the summer, you guys. It goes together super easy, and it lasts for quite a while in the refrigerator. It'll last 4 or 5 days in the refrigerator. Oh, you know what? I'm going to add just a little bit of tomato to it too. There we go. Okay, that's gonna sit for 20 or 30 minutes. Now, while that is sitting, I wanna point out a couple other things here in front of me. I like to put things together like as I'm going to use them. This into this pan. I put these in batons. So let me move that so you see. This is a couple of those banana peppers, and this is part of one of the orange peppers, and then I did about a half of an onion. So I'm gonna put that in this pan and I'm gonna caramelize it. Those caramelized vegetables are going to be one of the toppings for our tacos. All right, this is a nonstick pan. I do not use any oil when I'm caramelizing. This is just a little bit of that garlic I'm going to put in as well. Stir it around. Once it starts to stick to the bottom of the pan and there's no liquid left in it, pour just a little bit more water in it. It'll evaporate that water. After 2 or 3 times, it'll be a nice golden brown color. That's what you're looking for. These are the vegetables, some of the vegetables that are offered for the rice bowl we're making. Once again, this is just those multicolored zucchini, some onion, a little bit of garlic. I might put a little bit of seasoning salt, maybe a little bit of garlic powder on it or some onion powder. It doesn't need a lot of seasoning. It's going to go with some other things. Just cook that down. One of the mistakes that people make, by the way, guys, is they cook zucchini too long, and that's why it gets real mushy. Zucchini only needs maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Just stir it a little bit, leave it a couple more minutes, and it's done. Here's what these look like done. Here's the caramelized peppers and onions. You can see those have that nice golden color. And here's the filling that's made with zucchini, onion, and garlic. I'll show you in just a second what that goes with. Peach salsa has been sitting for about 30 minutes. I tasted it, guys. It just didn't have enough bite to it. I could taste the lime juice, but I just wasn't getting enough of that like satisfying bite. So I added about a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. I think that's gonna fix it. Let's assemble some of the dishes that are gonna go with that amazing peach salsa that we made. First thing we're gonna do is take these peppers. Remember, I got 3 of these. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, I'm gonna add a little bit of tomato to this. I feel like it's not gonna stick together very well if I don't add something in there that has a little bit of liquid. So I'm just gonna stir that in. I think as it cooks, that's gonna help kind of bind it together. Usually when I stuff peppers, I add a little bit of tomato sauce too, but I honestly didn't want to get out another ingredient that I had to count towards your total cost for this meal. If this doesn't look like it's gonna stick together, I vote that we add a couple of tablespoons of ketchup and see how that works. And I was right. A couple of tablespoons of ketchup went in there, guys. What else is in here? I added 1 cup of the taco lentil filling. I'll tell you what's in here. This is my recipe, so I'm gonna make sure that there's a link to the taco lentils. That'll be in the description of the video. But basically, it is 1 pound of cooked lentils, and then I added onion powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika, and also some chili powder. We use this all the time to make tacos. It's really good. I added a cup of that to just 1 cup of cooked brown rice, and then you saw me add those tomatoes, and I snuck in that ketchup, a couple of tablespoons of ketchup, and you can see this is kind of holding together much better. I'm going to stuff these peppers with that. Okay, they're all stuffed. I'm going to sprinkle. These are the pecans that my sister brought me as a gift. I did 1 cup of chopped pecans, and I know we're trying to keep this meal price around $11. So if you can't do pecans for that amount of money, then do walnuts or peanuts or anything else you can. All I'm looking for, guys, is a little bit of crunch on top. These should, I think, nicely brown. The nuts should while they're cooking. It's gonna go in a 375-degree toaster oven for about 50 minutes to an hour. I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. Let's make our lentil corn salsa bowls. This is like a Buddha bowl, guys. You put a bunch of ingredients out on the table. Your family picks what they would like. Start out with some brown rice over here on this side, and I'm gonna have Larry tell me what he wants. Larry, you want some salsa?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of salsa over here. This is one of those bowls, it just looks so pretty when it's done. You want corn?
You bet.
Fantastic. All right, we'll put some corn over here. There we go. And, oh, I forgot. Let's do a little bit of the lentils. This is just 1 pound of lentil, guys. It's gonna go a long way. This has that taco seasoning on it that we talked about. There we go. And then we left a little space because we are going to get that yummy looking filling that we made. So let me get a spoon. We'll put some of this. And this, you'll see the filling. The filling is enough for four servings of this. One of the things that you can do to make sure it goes far enough is just like visually divide it up so that you know about how much can go in each bowl for everybody to have an equal helping. Right, there's what the bowl looks like. We're gonna sprinkle just a few of those nuts on top. Dressing. You can do whatever dressing you want on this. We live in the Midwest. Like the official dressing of the Midwest is definitely ranch dressing.
No doubt.
People put it on pretty much everything. Our favorite dressing, I'll make it for you real quick here. I usually make it from scratch. Balsamic vinegar. This is not the best balsamic vinegar in the world, guys. It's from Aldi, but it's balsamic vinegar, and I don't know what else to say to recommend it. So this is going to be 3 parts vinegar. So I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of vinegar in there. It seems like a lot more than 3 tablespoons. I'm not going to lie. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's a 1/4 cup. So that's 4 tablespoons of vinegar. It's a 3-to-1 ratio. So you got 3 parts vinegar, 2 parts mustard. You can use Dijon mustard if you want. Oh goodness, that is really rude mustard. All right. And then 1 part some sort of sweetener. I'm going to use a little bit of real maple syrup. Stir it up. I do not use oil in my dressing. This stuff is divine. Sometimes I've mixed this up a little bit by adding a little bit of soy sauce if I want to give it kind of an Asian sort of flavor and cut down on the mustard. And then I've also done it where I add a little bit of tahini if I want to make it kind of creamy. But really, this is our basic dressing that we put on pretty much everything. I don't want to put that on my tablecloth. All right, I'm going to drizzle a little bit of this over the top. There you go. And there is the kind of rice salsa Buddha bowl that we don't know what we're calling it, but it's got rice, salsa, corn, and a bunch of other stuff in there. It's really good. Let's do some lentil tacos. Start with our corn tortilla, or no, that's not corn tortilla. That's a flour tortilla. Put some of those lentil tacos down. Then we definitely want some of the amazing peach salsa that we made. We'll put that on top. And then some of those, oh, isn't that beautiful? Caramelized onion and peppers go on top of that. You could add, look around your house, guys. Anything that looks like it would go on a taco, put it on your table and get it out. We have somewhere around here, we have some avocado. We had a party. I never buy this stuff. It was on clearance though for $2.28. So we just had a taco party and I bought this to go with the taco party. All right, a little bit of avocado on top. And then once again, I'm a texture person. I just really like a little bit of that on top.
What was it you put on top?
That was some of the pieces of pecan.
Okay.
And there you have it. There is your lentil taco.
All right. Does that have to be cooked then?
Nope. I'm going to try it. You ready? All right, here we go, guys. That's good. You get that nice caramelization from the onions and the peppers. And then you get that little bit of sweetness from the salsa and just that tiny bit of crunch from those crunched up pecans. That's a really good taco. Next recipe, zucchini fritters. This is a part of that zucchini that I brought down from upstairs. And I added just a little bit of finely chopped onion to it. It's literally all that's in the bowl right now. These are washed and drained. This was a can of corn, and I only want about a cup of it. It was not no salt corn, by the way. You can rinse corn and get about 60% of the sodium off, in case you didn't know that. All right, so now we're gonna make it into a fritter batter. I'm gonna add some onion powder and also some no salt seasoning. This is what's sold at Costco. This is honestly my favorite, guys. It's Kirkland brand. They stopped selling it for a while and they brought it back. I was like, oh, thank goodness they brought it back. And some of the recipes are going to tell you to put like a little bit of cheese, shredded cheese in it. I'm just going to add some nutritional yeast since we're not adding cheese. All right, that is all the seasoning. I'm going to go ahead and mix that in before I add the rest of the ingredients. I'm going to add about a half-ish cup of flour, and I'm going to add some baking powder because you want your fritters to rise. So add that. There we go. That's a couple of teaspoons of baking powder. And then once again, I'm going to mix this in. Then I'm going to add some milk. And you have to be kind of careful how much milk you add because the zucchini kind of naturally has some moisture that it releases. I'm gonna say that's a quarter of a cup. So you can always add more, but it's hard to take it out once you've got it in there. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Yeah, this definitely needs a little bit more milk. It shouldn't be a batter like a pancake batter, but it should definitely, you should be able to tell there's some flour in there because it's gonna help hold it together once you put it in the pan. This will probably make up at least, I'm gonna say 6-8 fritters. I feel like we need a little bit more of the flour. I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of that flour. And I'm gonna add some more milk. Honestly, guys, I eyeball it. I'm not adding a lot of seasoning to this because we're gonna top it with that salsa that we made. All right, there's your batter. You're gonna drop it a couple of tablespoons at a time into a nonstick skillet. I'm gonna brown it on both sides, and then I'll show you what it looks like on a plate. I'll plate some up for you, and I'll top it with our peach salsa. Fritters are all done. They made 9 fritters, by the way. Here's a couple of them all plated up for you. You can see they're nice and brown on the top, nice and crispy on the outside, and really nice and tender and chewy on the inside. I topped them with that peach salsa. Let's remember where we started, guys. We started by creating one element that was easy, that was fast, that was very flavorful, that we were going to make sure that we could use it 4 different ways. So this peach salsa got used on top of the zucchini fritters. It also got used in the lentil tacos, and it got used in this kind of rice Buddha bowl that we made. And also we are going to put this peach salsa, when we plate these up, these are the stuffed peppers, they're all done. We're gonna make a bed of this peach salsa and serve one of these over the top of that peach salsa so that you can get a little bit of peach salsa in with every bite of these stuffed peppers. I covered them, by the way. I cooked them about 375. I covered them for the first 45 minutes, took that covering off for the last 15, 20 minutes so that we would make sure that we got a nice browning on those pecans that we put on top of the stuffed peppers. And we used pretty much everything that I showed you in the beginning of the video. We had quite a few nuts left over. We had, of course, one other really important element left over. Larry, what did we have left over?
The cucumbers.
The cucumbers, the
Yes.
unexpected cucumbers. Guys, I got to figure out what to do with 2 leftover cucumbers. Anybody have any ideas? Tell me in the comments section. And if you are really digging this idea of saving on your grocery bill by making sure that you use the ingredients that you get really inexpensively from the grocery store and maximize your usage of those ingredients, I did another video. It's another $10 weekly menu plan. It's right over there. Go take a look.